Hello everyone, it's been a while since I shot my last video, but after the success of my racket reviews, I decided to go ahead and provide you another racket review video where I have 4 popular rackets. 2 of them are similar to what we already reviewed, but without further ado, let me present you which rackets I have today. Today, I have Wilson Ultra. This is Gael Monfils' new racket. Well, he switched, I think at the beginning of this year, but it's still new. Here we have Pure Strike. This has been used by Dominic Thiem and it's been more and more popular. I also have my opinion about it, but we'll get back to that. Here is a Pure Aero. This is the regular length, and I have a Pure Aero Plus as well. So we will also talk about how Plus rackets can make a difference in your game or not, and how do they actually feel, because, you know, Pure Aero is a rather popular line, and I'm sure you would be interested in hearing about how Pure Aero Plus feels. Alright, so Wilson Ultra Tour. Let's go ahead and start with this one. I'm actually going to read you the specs this time. This is 97 inches head size. This is the regular length 27-inch racket. It's 6 points headlight in stock form, and the swing weight is 324 grams, which is exactly where I prefer my rackets to be. But the frame stiffness is 63. Usually I don't use anything below 65, and 65 being actually the Pro Stuff 97. Other than that, most of my rackets are above 65, 69, 70 are where I like my rackets to be. That's maybe why I had some trouble with it, but we'll get back to that. So, the string pattern is also 18 by 20. When I heard that Gael Monfils started to use Wilson Ultra, I was actually shocked. This is Ultra Tour. The Wilson Ultra is more like the former Wilson Juice franchise. It is similar to that, but Gael Monfils was using Blade before switching to Ultra. I think they had to come up with an Ultra which has more player specs. That's why they may be convinced to change Gael Monfils to actually sponsor this racket, because compared to Blade 18 by 20, this is actually not as good. Let me put it this way. Blades are perfect control rackets. They are like the base rackets. If you are in the market for trying rackets, just go ahead and demo Blade, because Blade is like your baseline, and so is Pure Aero or Aero Pro Drive. They are 2 baselines. One is for classic rackets, the other one is for players rackets. Then you have Pro Staff iteration, which is closer to the classic than modern, but still approaches to the modern side. And you have like Burn series, where they go even beyond Pure Aero and Pure Drive in terms of being a modern player's racket, which gives you more pop, more spin depending on your stroke, but less control. Okay, digressing here, we're talking about Wilson Ultra Tour. Okay, let me tell you my opinion directly. I did not like this racket because it's a hybrid of things that are not good together. So this hybrid, I'm checking the specs here too, and I use it with Wilson Revolve polyester strings, which are rather neutral strings. So I was expecting a good performance from this racket, but honestly, after the 3rd hit, I did not like it. I kept hitting for a while, but this was not my racket, and I was actually hitting with a friend, so I said, okay, let me switch, because maybe if I kept playing with it, I would have got a better feeling, but as it is, in stock form, this is not a good racket. I'm sorry. Gael, you had a better choice in rackets before. You changed a bit, apparently, or Wilson decided to use you as a big name in a new iteration, because honestly, everyone is expecting Gael Monfils to have a blast this year, to win a lot better than compared to years before. He was recovering, I think. So Gael will do a good job and will promote Wilson Ultra line, I think. But as it is, this racket is not even worth demoing. It's so way off that, like, are you a Blade? Are you an Ultra? Are you a Blade? Are you an Ultra? That is the question. Because if we look at the other rackets in the Ultra line, we can see that they are a lot stiffer rackets. They offer more power and spin than control. So this is, I think, just the passage racket for Gael to endorse the Ultra line, because I think Ultra was endorsed, or when it was juiced, endorsed by Azarenka before, if I'm not mistaken, and some other female pros. To get it the big name here, I think they came up with the Tour version, which did not work. Actually, I checked other Tour version rackets, and I realized that none of them get less stiff, but this racket actually gets less stiff. Babolat keeps the same stiffness rating. So did Wilson in other product lines, but they prefer to do something like this. I mean, I wish them the best of luck. I don't know about the sales numbers here, but I'm expecting this is not good. And let's talk about the paint job as well. It's like dark blue with blue, so it's not as impressive. At least, you know, I did not enjoy last Pure Drive 2018. Not that much, but at least they had a good paint job. This is also a bit funny. I'm sorry. My next racket is Pure Strike, and I'm telling you, I like this one. Like, this is the most Wilson-like Babolat, if I'm allowed to say that. It is actually offering better control than other player rackets, but it is still a player racket. Like, this is the most classic-like player racket I've played in the last 2 years. I really like it. It offers you enough spin, enough power, but I'm not going to do the switch because I'm happy with my Pure Aero recently. But if I was switching or looking for a racket recently, this would have been a good choice. So I encourage everyone to try this Pure Strike. It's, you know, it's a 98 square inch head size. It is 320 grams of stock weight. The swing weight is 323, which is also decent. And frame stiffness is 67. And that is 4 points above Wilson Ultra, which makes this one actually a better racket in my eyes. I think it changes the feeling. Yeah. So anything else about this one? You have 18 by 20 and 16 by 90 versions. I like 16 by 90 better in general as a string pattern. I'm interested in more open string patterns, but if the string pattern is too open, then I need to restring all the time. That is why I am trying to be careful when it comes to the openness of the string pattern. I think the sweet spot is 16 by 19, and they offer the Pure Strike in that string setup. Yes, what else do I like about this one? I mean, it feels like you're connected to the ball. Volley's control aspect is good. It's 4 points headlight, so you know, it's almost a standard these days. It's not more or less than others, but it offered all I need on backhand and forehand sides. And I think I tend to go for more modern player rackets, which are closer to classic rackets because of my backhand side, which has unfortunately a wrong technique. I'm working on it, and when I'm doing a bit better, I'll actually show you me playing tennis too. By the way, if you're interested, I'm a 4.0 level tennis player. I participate in tournaments as well from time to time. Well, some days I'm less, some days I'm more, but I think 4.0 USTA and NTRP rating is what I am currently. You know I like talking about rackets. Alright, let's talk about Pure Aero and Pure Aero Plus. I'm not going to talk about Pure Aero in detail because I know that I already talked about it in my previous video, where I can put an info card here so you can check my previous video out. It's a good racket. It's a very popular racket as well. Those who are watching this video, I assume you also either play tested it or at least have seen someone playing with this racket. This is also the racket endorsed by Nadal, so it's a rather popular racket. But today I would like to focus on what differences does this extended version, the Plus version, make to the feel and overall playability of the racket. The difference of these two rackets is actually not that much. I think it might be half an inch or something, but that half an inch makes a difference in a couple of areas actually. I feel like it offered more power on every stroke, and the control was not that much lost, but then the power offered was not also that significant neither. I would say it felt better when I was serving because I felt more and more confident. I also have a big serve. I'm already confident in my serve, but this added that last mileage, which actually off-put my opponents, which was a good thing. Apart from that, my backhand side had always been a bit problematic, and there it was a good help, even though I felt like it's lagging from time to time. Once I get to swinging it and opening up my racket a little bit faster, it actually proven beneficial for me. Apart from that, of course, you know, longer racket means better reach, but better reach does not always transform into a better shot, because, you know, if you're getting the ball just to the tip of the racket, it's not a controlled or it's not a good shot usually. But if it helps you find the sweet spot better, it's actually an advantage. And another thing, again on my backhand side, is that when I try to hit, I'm using size 3 grips. So I actually really enjoyed the fact that the grip is a bit longer, so you get to hold the grip a little bit with a little bit of a more confidence. Let me rephrase that. I think I was not clear enough. Okay, we can also compare. The grip is a little bigger than the regular version's grip in terms of length. But this gave me a little bit more comfort and confidence when I'm, you know, actually doing the swing, because when two hands come together, for me, I realize that I need more room here, and it is not the case with Pure Aero regular. So it is an argument for me. But would I do the switch? I don't think so, because I already own 2 Pure Aeros, which are just perfect for me. So I don't need to do the switch. But if something happens to my rackets, or if, you know, they change the color of the racket, they come up with a new paint job, say, for the US Open, I would actually go for the Pure Aero Plus version, just to have it in my bag, and it's closer to all the specs that I know. It's slightly heavier, but it, I think, offers the same maneuverability. I didn't feel it that much. That difference was, in my case, negligible. So I really enjoyed this racket. If you are in the market for a new racket, first demo if there's a plus version of your racket and see how it feels. Sometimes if you are especially complaining about the power that you're getting from your racket, I assure you that it will give you a power boost. It will take away a little bit of control, but it can be tweaked by the strings or, you know, by working on your technique a little bit. Well, working on your technique is, I think, the moral of the story here, but I like talking about rackets and other gadgets in life, so tennis is my passion, and I do enjoy talking about tennis racket and trying out new rackets. So I hope you enjoyed this review, well, the second review on tennis rackets. I don't know if my channel will be dedicated to tennis soon, but it seems like I do enjoy a lot talking about tennis rackets. So thank you very much. Post below if you have any questions regarding any of the rackets I've reviewed, or let me know if you want me to review another racket that you're interested in. Thank you for watching, and please consider subscribing to my channel. You will see I'm offering amazing reviews of both tennis and non-tennis related stuff. Thank you very much.